Even when DK had been taken out of the I was still here, schizo posting about Lauren Southern. I was still here. I was still out here. I was screaming the whole time. I've been here the whole time, saying the same things, day in, day out. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. I have to go and press people if I want to know something, but I'm still always right. But with no information, with no behind the scenes knowledge, I'm still always right. How much do you know? I don't know. How much do you know? Okay. This is a community-wide story. Anyone who doesn't cover this would look really bad. Every single aspect of this, every video segment that I can milk from this drama, every stream I can do, I'm going to.
And my question to Chud was, well, did he know?
Yeah, so let's start with this then. So we've got the, or should we watch the other hippies first? What do we do first? We do the Nick conversation or the Beckett video? What do you think? Nick call first? Okay, 2 seconds. Okay. All right, so along with President Sunday's video, he has released the full call, or well, half the call, I think, with Nick DeOrio, okay? This is a private, leaked call DeOrio and Sunday had. We're going to take a look at this, see what he had to say.
Hey.
Sorry, apologies. Still getting earphones in.
No problem.
All right. Damn, you're very quiet. Let me turn you up.
Oh, is that on my end, or?
It's I can't tell. Discord's a show.
Yeah. They shouldn't let everybody manage their own audio and then manage everyone else's audio, and then, I don't know, it's a
I spent a lot of time, like, making sure that my audio on stream is fine, and, like, tweaking with Discord, it's nonstop, but it comes out on the other end, just, it's like I'm talking into a potato. It's terrible.
So I wanted to talk to you about some of this Destiny stuff, because, and I can't really say too much, because I don't want to be, this is a very strenuous situation. I don't like covering things when I already know all the answers, because then when I speculate, I'm lying.
How the f did DeOrio think it was a guy there talking Sunday, or did he know it would be posted? I mean, he probably... Nick hadn't seen all of Sunday's public statements about Nick, I don't think. Sunday's called Nick one of Destiny's Minutemen, I believe. Yeah, Nick did also record. And he didn't realize that Sunday sort of saw him as like a big Destiny sweeper. So I don't think he quite realized what he was walking into.
That's a huge thing for me. So with certain subjects, I just don't touch them, because when I think I've got too much information, there's not really an unbiased way to cover it. I'm just kind of waiting in the wings for things to happen. So with Destiny, it's weird because this is one of those where it's like we're talking about potential non-consensual. I don't want to say revenge porn, because they're going to argue 50 different definitions.
It's objectively, I'm just going to stop. It's objectively not revenge porn.
Yeah.
Like that's not the issue. People saying that are as stupid as people saying it's about him being gay. That is not the issue at all.
I view it in a similar manner, not in a malicious sense, but more like non-consensual releasing of private sexual material.
It's annoying that people use the term, but it's colloquially, it's just the colloquialism for this, right? That's all it is. It is annoying that people use that term because it is technically wrong, but
better way of saying it, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure personally that that's true. So I think that should be. I think that's genuinely enough if it ever like bubbles to the surface to probably destroy him publicly. But again,
I think that's optimistic. Or pessimistic. I don't know where you're
it's just that there isn't like a quick term for it. That's why everyone says revenge porn. It's non-consensual sharing of sexual imagery. That would be the most accurate term.
I think it's on the money based off the stuff that I've heard talked about.
Right.
But like the issue I have with this is there's no story unless that person is involved. And if that person's not involved and it becomes their word against any other person's word, then that's a loss 100 times out of 100, and it's like a career ruining loss.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's really this is an extremely difficult plane to navigate.
Can you restate that for me?
What do you mean?
Can you say that again? I just want to see if you say it differently. Just indulge me. Because there is a reason for this.
I think it's a career ruining loss. I think that when you when you pick a fight with Destiny and you don't have the
thank you for the 50 sec. Thank you.
Person involved, I don't think you can make that. I saw what he did to Chud. I didn't know the stuff about Lauren Southern was real. Chud did.
Yeah.
Chud knew. Chud talked to Melina, and that changed my perspective on a lot of stuff with Destiny. So.
Okay. All right. There is of course the complicating factor There's a couple of complicating factors, obviously, but there's the complicating factor.
Reminder, just saying that even when DK had been taken out of the fight, even when DK had been taken out of the fight, I was still here, Schizo posting about Lauren Southern. I was still here. I was still out here. I was screaming the whole time. I've been here the whole time, saying the same things, day in, day out. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying.
Factor where this other person notwithstanding, we have.
What's the DK law? DK used to pin comments on the Chud videos about the Lauren Southern affair, and like make comments with Chud's account saying like, Destiny fucked Lauren Southern. By his editor, DK.
I've got a question for Destiny really quick.
And then he did this at one point as well. Okay.
I've got a question for Destiny really quick.
What's up?
Destiny, I know you have me blocked on Twitter.
Oh wait, hold on. Who is this?
I think we know what it is.
It's DK.
Oh wait, hold on.
I'm a big fan, Raw. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Their wrong unconsensual sharing
Did you mute
nudes
me?
with someone is revenge corn. Aaron from Steel to just got in trouble for it. He sent another person nudes of Nikrikieta's wife and that person snitched.
Okay, I don't know that the charge was actually revenge porn. Again, you keep saying this, but I don't know that it's actually called revenge porn.
Ben,
Yeah.
did you mute me? I just want to ask about the Lauren Southern situation. If the rumors are
Oh, we
true.
knew this.
Bro, what are you doing?
Oh, he's very afraid of me for some reason. I'll talk to anyone, anywhere, except...
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
As a result of this, and DK posting about the affair. So, and then what was Destiny's response?
He spends time in that fucking cringe spicy chat.
Holding mind waves for being friendly with DK.
Cringe spicy. Oh, I do remember why we blacklisted Mindwaves. Or not blacklisted him, it's because he's a DK simp. He spends time in that fucking cringe spicy chat.
Oof, simp. It's a strong claim.
Kiwi Farms 2.0.
See you guys.
Be careful.
See you, Cherry.
I mean,
Okay.
wait, so do you actually care about my comments or no?
Well, no, I mean, I think that whole room is cringe as fuck. And I think DK is like top 3 list of people that I wish would.
This aligns quite well. So there you go. That was the DK law. Just a brief look back.
I have some degree of confidence that Molina won't ever say anything because of, Destiny's threats a while back. I don't know if you caught those.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, are you aware of that?
I didn't
or-
catch them directly, but I've downloaded all the footage for saying like anything possible about the situation.
No, I'm talking
The
about
only
Destiny. I'm
clip
not talking about Molina. I'm
Yeah.
talking about what Destiny said.
Oh,
So
was
when
this around the same time frame, or was this prior?
This would have been when the divorce was being made public.
Man,
So
I
there
didn't
was,
catch that.
yeah, I can send you a clip.
Wait, isn't she like a participant in this? Didn't she always say that she had access to a lot of these girls' like images and stuff
It's a
prior?
possibility. It doesn't really matter. though,
I
right?
almost remember her saying like Steven showed me everything, which I guess at the time nobody took in a weird way. But if this
Well,
is
given the
something that
nature
he
of the
does
Lauren
a
Southern
lot,
stuff, like evidently not, right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
now that's like let me go look it back. and
But
see what
I'm
the
going to
fuck
meet
he
you
was
halfway
saying.
there. Like, I'm going to agree. I don't think Melina is an innocent victim in this. I think she is a victim in this, but she can be just as shitty as Destiny is. It just doesn't make any difference to me. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, it's still bad. We know for a fact that there were other people who were victims in this who absolutely weren't doing that kind of thing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm unaware of anything Melina's done to that level, though. I'm open to. I'm if she.
Yeah,
if
I don't
she's
have
as bad as
anything
that,
on
yeah.
Melina. Melina's not. I don't know really anything about Melina outside of what's publicly available.
Kuihman, despite your harsh words due to me not speaking to you about this privately, I have considered your words my defense against Timu Ghislaine Maxwell, not so erudite, and I have forgiven you.
Well,
Yeah, the problem here, and that's what complicates this a little bit, even though it's not technically
It's
revenge
funny, you have to
porn
be bored in
by
the
itself.
house.
We have the history of Destiny floating leaking nudes as a threat. That's one thing.
Yep.
More important to my eyes is we have, while the divorce was going down, we have him going live and saying to his audience, Melina's never going to say anything.
In a way, I kind of feel like, in a way, I'm sort of like Chud Shaba's goy right now. You know, except not a goy. I'm like Chud Shaba's goy. He's on holiday. He can't work right now. So I'm here. I'm here.
Against me because we know that my reputation's already in the dirt.
Except usually the Shaba's goy isn't the one making all the money.
So
Unfortunate.
if she says stuff, all to my eyes is we have, while the divorce was going down, we have him going live and saying to his audience, Melina's never going to say anything against me because we know that my reputation's already in the dirt. So if she says stuff, I'll leak stuff, and it'll be really bad for her. Paraphrasing. I can send you the clip for that. That's what really. I had issues with Destiny. Like,
okay, I've literally had this conversation. I feel like not this conversation, but I've had like basically this conversation with like Nick and Turkey Tom and whoever else in VCs numerous times. Why don't you think Destiny's actually done some fucked up? Why don't you talk about that in your content? Why don't you ever talk about like any of these things that happened in the divorce? Why don't you talk about the Lauren Southern stuff? Why don't you talk about? Okay, we don't need the Gallade and Fernate fusions up right now, do we? I've had like, why don't you talk about the 15-year-old thing? I've had these conversations like a million times. I'm glad that Sunday's leaking one of them, where we all get to talk about how obscene some of the sweeping was. But I'm just saying, this has happened a million times before, okay?
Serious issues with Destiny before that sort of changed my perception in a pretty radical way, nonetheless. That's like, okay, those Lav Epstein comparisons are a little less crazy.
Yeah. And again, I mean, I didn't take exception to the fact that he like doxed you a couple weeks ago.
You didn't take exception to that, or?
I mean, like I mean, I'm acknowledging that that's definitely another thing he's done, and people are kind of worried about that with them. Not necessarily me.
Between you and me, I am not particularly afraid of that.
No, but I'm saying other people probably are.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another one where it's like I don't blame people for that.
Do you think you're in danger of that?
No, I've been doxxed 100 times. I got doxxed 4 months into being on YouTube by Ethan Ralph. Destiny can't do anything to me those people didn't do.
I should have looked in advance.
Yeah, no, I've been turbo doxxed. The worst thing that happened is they finally got my cell phone after 4 years, so I had to get a new number. That was inconvenient, but at this point, I mean, you can only really get doxxed so many times before it's just like, well, I mean, you're not going to swap me, so what's the fucking... Well, oh, you got me.
My assumption was when I put my face up, there would be ways to link me up. So I take.
I mean, my name's Nicholas DeOrio. Is not. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah,
this isn't too interesting here. Okay, we get it, man. We get it. You've been around on the internet, DeOrio. We get it, man. You've been through it.
I've taken.
We get it, buddy.
Unfortunately, I don't have a job, so I'm safe there.
Now talk about the revenge porn.
Okay, so just out of curiosity, first of all, I appreciate you sort of being candorous, the word about this. I appreciate you being open about this.
No problem. It's frustrating to not be able to talk about stuff like this.
What specifically would have to happen to trigger some kind of, determinate position on this in public for you?
I mean, I'll be super candid about it. Pixie would need to talk.
Yeah. Would you have to talk publicly? Or do you just have to see it?
No, I think I've already seen it. I think she needs to talk publicly because if anything, if it comes down to it and Destiny convinces...
all these people passing around, Pixie talking about straight right, talking about error, talking about whatever the fuck they're passing around. All these people, I didn't hear any of this. I'm just out here acting completely alone. No one ever tells me anything. No one gives me like late night calls being like, I gotta tell you this right now. I have to go and press people if I want to know something, but I'm still always right. But with no information. With no behind the scenes knowledge, I'm still always right.
Or privately to take that other. Look what happened with Chud Logic and Lauren Southern. He had Melina coming to him and telling him these things directly, and he was put in a position where he can either eat shit and be hated by that community and lose a huge percentage of his audience, to the point where I had to pick up the other half of the slack and like help him out, right, to keep him afloat, or
You're something very whiny and Jewish. It has to be done. It has to be done.
Could just leak those messages and be justified immediately, and it would start like a huge conflict. And I guess he did the right thing by loyalty, but like, you know what I mean? It's like, if you don't have the person, then it's you fighting on behalf of somebody else. And I've seen this go down so many times with content creators where if they don't have the support of the actual victim in the situation, you're fighting a losing battle from day one.
So principally, your concern is that you're going to take a pretty big financial / audience hit if you were to do this.
I think there's a genuine risk that I'm going to get left out to dry here, because if she doesn't say anything, or even worse, if she comes out and says it's not true, then I'm fucked.
This is obviously true. I understand. I agree with the decision to not just go and run this story.
Seen things. What have you seen, may I ask?
I can't go into detail about that stuff.
I don't need detail. Just like
Someone says it's not true, then I'm fucked.
You said you've seen things. What have you seen? May I ask?
I can't go into detail about that stuff.
I don't need detail. Just like what kind of things? Could I ask that?
I'd be giving away the whole thing.
There's no level of abstraction you can do.
No, I don't think so.
You're aware of
Yeah,
who the victim is.
I don't know much about her. I just know who she is.
Nick's big lips.
And I know
Don't
she's
stop
been telling
flapping.
people stuff, and that stuff has gotten to me.
Interesting.
So I was talking to Chud about this. I was talking to Chud. Chud was telling me all this private information that he's received about big streamers, about sex crimes.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Do you have any knowledge about this at all? Because if you're aware of any of this stuff, I'd be able to engage with it further. I don't. I'd have to gauge your knowledge on it because I wouldn't want to give away the fucking.
I am in the same boat as you, so maybe
So
that reassures you.
Do you have the DMs?
Do I have the DMs?
Yes, you have
I'll
the
tell
DMs.
you what. Meet me halfway. Tell me the
Yeah.
DMs with whom.
Erudite.
I have the DMs with Erudite.
Okay, so we're on the same page, I guess.
You have the DMs with Steven.
No, I don't
I
have those.
I have the DMs with Steven.
Do you know how this? Tell me, how has this been resolved privately?
Vaguely. If I had to guess, I think he probably gave her somewhere between a few $100 to a few $1,000.
I think it's going to be more.
You think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's going to be a lot more.
What makes you think so?
I don't want to say because you haven't said anything specific, so I'm not going to say anything specific. But you've been because you can totally.
What would you like me to say? What would you like me to say specifically?
I might hold on, pause. So if the messages have gotten to you and they've gotten to me, how have they not gotten public?
That's what I'm curious about.
How has nobody wanted to touch this?
Thank you for the $7.99. You know what? NSC is kind of like the Andrew Tate cam girl bottom bitch who helps groom new women into joining the harem to be exploited by the boss. I don't necessarily co-sign that message, but I am reading it out because I'm obliged to, because it's like $7.99. Of course, I have to read it out.
Well, it might speak to the sources being very minimal. Like they may have just gone to very few people. If
Yeah,
I
that
may
was
ask,
one of my concerns. Or the messages could be potentially faked. That's another one of them.
You think so?
Yeah, they could be. I mean, I don't have scrolling messages. I just have a DM from somebody. But I have heard, like, I mean, she reacted in fucking spicy chat, so I know she was freaked out. I know that's real. She went into spicy chat and said she was losing her fucking mind because they were talking about it. So that definitely did happen.
Thank you for the raid, Reservoir. Thank you.
Here's something. It stands to reason.
Actually, I can prove how much you know. So if I say, I'm going to say the beginning of a sentence. Can you fill in the blank?
Probably not from memory, but I'll give it my best.
Very quick point of disagreement. Pixie could absolutely recover compensatory damage, lost earnings, and maybe I'd get punitive damage as well. Yeah, but is it not the punitive damages are capped at 150? I believe for this. 150,000, I believe, is the cap for punitive damages, right? I don't think compensatory damages will exceed that. I can't see that. She was never gonna get 1 million. Okay.
I'll try to pick a notable one.
All right.
I want this to be the most
Financially painful, emotionally painful, something like that.
not good enough, Mr.
Not good
Sunday.
enough. Give me a second. Give me a moment. I'll just look at the thing. Okay. Okay.
This gay jousting is very funny. Yeah, I agree. How much do you know? I don't know. How much do you know? Okay. How about you just fucking talk about what's good? How about you just fucking talk about it? Okay.
Some repetition of this sentiment.
Okay.
It would
Depending on actually, yeah.
just scrolling through them because she says, "I want this to be the most more than once." Or, I want this. Da 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 da.
It's followed by the last line of the previous messages. Is this what you feel you need?
Yeah, that's
I
kinda
imagine
what-
if you have any messages, then you would.
Dude, when I started hearing about this last night, I teased J-Stalk with it. I gave him a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, bro, this crazy shabby," and he was fucking raging. You can go back if you watch like the last hour of J-Stalk's stream last night. He's seething. Go back if you watch Last Hour of it. Watch it with the knowledge that I've like teased that there's something coming. Okay, and you'll see he tries to start watching Ashes of Creation, and he can't focus on it. He can't comment on it because he's sitting there itching. He's like, "What? My boss, my boss." And then at the end of it, he's I say, or towards the end, I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to try and get some sleep." And I leave, and he's like, "Oh, fuck," and he just tells me repeatedly, "Yeah." He raged, and he's spamming me, just like F slur, N word harder, F slur, N word harder, F slur, N word harder, just again and again. He was so mad. Oh god.
Have this one.
Oh, sorry. The one before that is this what you feel you need?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's the
the
last
top
line
of that
the
message
phone.
is gotcha.
Yes, that is correct.
All right. Expensive mistake.
Yeah. That okay. So we have the same stuff.
Yeah.
Then I can candidly say I think that the rumor I've heard, I have no evidence for this, but the rumor I've heard is that he's going to pay for her law school.
Interesting.
And if that's the case, that's way more than a couple hundred or a couple thousand.
That would be, yeah.
That's where we're entering like Epstein conspiracy. This is like some crazy fucking. This is insane. If that's the case,
Wait,
we have the same stuff.
Yeah.
Then I can candidly say I think that the rumor I've heard, I have no evidence for this, but the rumor I've heard is that he's going to pay for her law school.
Interesting.
And if that's the case, that's way more than a couple hundred or a couple thousand.
That would be, yeah.
That's where we're entering like Epstein conspiracy. This is like some crazy fucking. This is insane. If that's the case.
It is.
So I mean, I've privately told everybody I'm completely distancing myself from this guy, waiting for this bomb to go off. But I'm not. I don't want to be the one to fucking light it because I don't know. A, I can't verify these messages myself. B, I don't have Pixie in my corner, and if Pixie does what Melina did and give Chud a bunch of shit and then doesn't
again,
open her...
like I totally get it for this situation, but there is so much shit Destiny has done that falls foul of commentary YouTubers' morals. Nick included. Nick fully included. I think I've said this to Nick. I've said there is no way you would publicly defend the 15-year-old thing. You just wouldn't. It's just there's so much. It's just so absurd that it took this.
Her mouth, then it's career ending for me. Fuck me. I'm screwed. Right? So that's why I'm personally not engaging with it. But I mean, I feel stupid. I sent Destiny like a message of support at the beginning of this,
Really?
like about his dick getting
man.
leaked, not about this part of it. Like, oh, it's a shame that your fucking dick got leaked or whatever, which I guess is still valid.
I didn't
but,
realize how bad it was initially. I thought the big thing was the Lauren Southern leaks. I thought, oh, he's got sex tapes. Okay. Surprise, surprise.
Well, in the
I
back
didn't
of my
realize
head, I was
it.
thinking, why would all these people consent to their fucking nudes being exchanged?
Well, the answer
Why
is they
would that even
wouldn't.
happen? They would absolutely not. They absolutely wouldn't.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I haven't really been able to talk about this with anybody because I'm at like a fucking...
Wait. Do I have the Finkelstein meme? Do I have the... I do. This is Nick.
Mr. Borelli, I have sent a video file of you thrusting your barbarian monkey penis into some imbecilic blonde meshagot. You should be ashamed.
It's a huge risk to even discuss it because this guy's got such a chokehold over his community. But I legitimately think if it ever comes up that he's paid a large sum of money to silence a woman after he leaked her fucking naked pictures to try to hook up with a random fucking e-woman.
Yeah.
Not a joke. If Destiny offered you Erudite's job at 10x her salary, would you take it? It really depends what Erudite's job means. Okay, if it's like sweeping and enabling, probably not. If I can just say what I think, but like I co-host Bridges or something, I would probably take 10x the money for that. Yeah, but as long as I can like actually say what I think, I don't have to like fucking bullshit. 10x $0. Well, yeah, obviously she's getting paid $0 now. But I mean, you know, when she was hired, yeah, her job is to be on his chat, sucking on his dick daily. Okay, no. Yeah, so it wouldn't be Erudite's job, technically. That would not qualify for the job. Yeah.
I absolutely think that's career ending, and I don't think that could be defended. And if it can be defended by his community, it would fucking completely destroy... I mean, yeah, his reputation's in the toilet. It could be lower.
It could be. It's also it's in the toilet with people who care to know.
Yeah, no, I think this is a viral everyone story, video, like community wide story. If this cover up ever comes out,
Can I ask you
100%.
who the Can I ask you if the sources you have for this?
Wow,
were,
Nick totally fucked himself here, didn't he? Nick totally fucked himself. Well, not himself. He fucked everyone. They could have still swept. They could have still swept for this. But Nick had to say on Chat to Sunday, this is a community-wide story. Anyone who doesn't cover this would look really bad.
multiple or singular? Was it one person?
Singular.
Singular.
Yeah, I've been kept in a loop by one person. I don't even know who gave it to that person. But
Really? Interesting. It's very interesting.
And I've been passing everything I know to Tom because I need Tom to be aware of this stuff.
How long has he known?
I don't. Since he's tried to stop talking about Destiny publicly, he's kind of taking the same.
Since that video, so before the Chud talk, huh?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
He just totally sold Tom out. Just sold Tom out. Just totally sold Tom out. Tom was totally bullshitting on that stream. No. Oh, I don't know. It could have been against her consent. It could have been against her. I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
We don't want to give anything away, like, at all. Like, that's the point. I don't want to give the boat away here. I have no interest. I didn't want to talk about it at all, and we were all kind of caught off guard that it happened. I think I literally agreed that we weren't going to fucking talk about it on the stream, so I made a huge mistake by making a joke about it. Because again, anything that I say on there it has to just be lying at this point if I don't want to just tell everybody what I know. Because
right.
I know the answers before I write the question. So
this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Okay, I actually said this to Nick. This is bullshit. This is not true. You do not have to lie, otherwise you're not able to cover it. That's not the case. What you can do, absolutely, is make statements based on public information and just don't metagame it. Okay, you can give a well-reasoned take that points people in the right direction using just the public information without employing any of your extra knowledge. You can very easily say, based on the materials that were released and what I know about the situation, I think that it's incredibly likely there was video sent without the consent of all parties. It's very easy to say that, and they were so it was like Chud was pulling teeth on that stream trying to get that out of them.
It feels extremely fucking slimy, and I hate doing that stuff. But I can't be the one to. This reminds me of the ICO stuff with Edwin.
No, I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm hearing what you're saying.
I don't want to publish the Edwin shit on behalf of somebody else. That's somebody else's research. This is somebody else's fucking screenshots. This is somebody else's story. And if these people don't step up, I can't help them. I would absolutely cover this if this stuff was published by Pixie or by somebody who has Pixie's consent to release it. Oh, absolutely. Night one stream subject.
Night one, huh?
Right? I don't see a way to move forward with it without that.
I think Kuihman's not to suffer if he was left in the dark. That should stay the case. It was the case with Bobby. It was the case with Destiny. Okay, both huge crazy W's. Just saying, given no information, perfectly discern the truth, correct, just, righteous in every claim that I make. I'm just like psychic, really. I'm like, you know how Tommy C thinks he's the Oracle, but he's not. That's like true about me. Like what Tommy C thinks he is. That's what I am. Okay, but Tommy C is actually like a dementia patient, and I'm like really awesome. Okay.
Okay. That is very interesting, though. I'm very curious as to how you have this. Then. I'm very curious as to how it's gone that far.
I'm very curious too.
So if you had to describe the person who sent it to you, not specifics. Is this like, just as an example, because there's like lots of these types, right? Is this like...
Will you cover Tommy C's stream on Present Sunday's video? I am going to cover, over the course of this week, I am going to cover every fucking aspect of this I can get my grubby little hands on, okay? My grubby little paws. Every single aspect of this. Every video segment that I can milk from this drama. Every stream I can do, I'm going to.
Like,
I'm not going to tell you who sent it to me, but I'll say that most of my inner circle has it.
Really?
So I've shared it with like Augie, and I've talked about it with Chud. So we're aware.
So Chud is aware?
Yes.
Okay.
No, Nick is aware he's being recorded here because he was recording, okay? So Nick's totally aware he's being recorded. He's not been told that Sunday's recording, and he's not been told it's going to be leaked. Thank you for the $10 super sticker of the pair character saying thank you. Thank you, Monk.
I'm not going to tell you who sent it to me, but I'll say that most of my inner circle has it.
Really?
So I've shared it with like Augie, and I've talked about it with Chud. So we're aware.
Thank you for the $13.99, someone somewhere. Thank you.
So Chud is aware?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Keep in mind, me, Chud, and Tom had talked about it privately before that call.
Interesting. What was the logic?
Oh. What do you mean?
Why would you talk about that before that call? The call seems like it's inconvenient for you guys.
It was this.
Timeline for morons. Before December 30th stream, I tell Nick the rumors I heard. 30th December stream, we argue about it. I don't want to leak private info, so I use public info to make my argument. I mean, yeah, they all could have done that. Whatever. But whatever.
This was a stupid thing that we did on a fucking 5-hour live stream that I wish we didn't talk about it at all. We talked about it as more of like a,
just to be clear, you didn't premeditate that conversation. You just talked about this.
No, we spoke about Destiny, and I don't think we had all of the stuff that we had. I think I've gotten stuff since then on that stream, but I think we had a general understand. It's really been a fucking drip feed of information. I found out about the fact that it was non-consensual fairly early on, and then oh fuck, I hope that's not the case. And I go, well, we'll see. And then it became like, I've heard rumors that Kyla is like the enforcer who's trying to talk her down from taking a better deal. And I'm like, oh fuck, okay. And then I saw one set of messages. Chud hasn't, oh fuck. Well, Chud hasn't given me the rest of the messages. I only have one text message, a DM. Yeah, is this text? Yeah, text message. I have one text message, and he has the rest, and he's never shared them with me.
Okay.
So I don't know how he got it. I imagine it's not from Pixie. I imagine Pixie's told somebody who's handed it to him.
She must have told a few people. And
if Pixie's getting a deal, I don't know why this got to me at all. Because why the fuck would she want the drama?
Oh, sorry, it's so obvious, by the way. Smugbug and Wiz. Okay? Smugbug and Wiz. Let's talk about them for a minute. They've obviously had information from Aaron Straiterade for months. I've known they had some kind of information and had some kind of conversations. Not even from having any information myself, but simply because they are spazzing out about it in every chat. I see them in here all the time. They're like Loner Box mods. They're Sugar and Spice super fans. They were going crazy about it. They were making it so obvious. I didn't call it out, but it was very obvious. And what's more, now I don't know if I only know this because I've got perms in Smugbug's server. I'm not sure if I do. But I've seen late night VCs between Aaron Straiterade and Smugbug going on in there. And I thought a couple times, I was like, I wonder what they're talking about. So many people have known all this shit, okay? It's been everywhere.
And I'm like, oh, fuck, okay. And then I saw one set of messages. Chud hasn't, oh, fuck. Well, Chud hasn't given me the rest of the messages. I only have one text message, a DM. Yeah, is this text? Yeah, text message. I have one text message, and he has the rest, and he's never shared them with me.
Okay.
So I don't know how he got it. I imagine it's not from Pixie. I imagine Pixie's told somebody who's handed it to him.
She must have told a few people.
And if Pixie's getting a deal, I don't know why this got to me at all. Because why the fuck would she want the drama channels to know if she's getting paid out? Again, none of this. There's stuff here I obviously don't know.
Yeah.
Right? That handouts to the situation, but
right.
Yeah.
I don't
know. I hope this makes more sense as to why
it makes a lot of sense.
About it.
Yeah, and again, thank you. I have particular reason to think that the DMs are real.
I mean, I think they're real too. It's just not me thinking something isn't enough to publish it. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Okay.
This just makes too much sense for it to not be real. I wouldn't stake my career on it, but
can you give a similar description of the source for the law school claim?
Yeah, same source.
Same source.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is this someone who's like who knows shit, or is this just like some guy?
I mean, they claim to have a source. I don't really ask where it comes from because, again, I'm not running the story.
Okay, so you don't know who this person is.
So I haven't. No, it's more.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I fully agree. I don't blame anyone for not running the story without Pixie say so. 100%. I said as much to Nick yesterday. There is. I would never, go with this. I would not do what Sunday did. I would not do what Beckett did. I would not put out these videos personally. That's me. That's just me personally. I don't blame anyone else for doing the same thing. What was I gonna do? Oh, that was it. I need to chill. Guys, we're halfway through this Nick call, or over halfway through this Nick call. There's 1,900 people here, it says. I don't know how much of that is real. It might actually be kind of real. I'm honestly not sure right now. It seemed like I had a huge drop-off when I went for a break earlier, and it seems to have leveled out. But a great way to show that you are really here, that you are a real person, that you're not a bot, is to like the stream, okay? Move your thumbs up, move the cursor, thumbs up and click it, or press the thumbs up on your mobile device. Either one's hugely appreciated, okay? Shows me that you're actually watching, that you're a real person, not a bot, okay? Very important stuff, very epic. Now, if you want to take your support one step further and really show you're not a bot, you can click the Stream Elements link in the pin chat message. Just take your Stream Elements where you can give a direct donation that YouTube won't take a cut of. We love direct donations, the best value, very awesome. We love direct donations. However, some people prefer the convenience of YouTube, I know. So for those who prefer convenience of YouTube, thank you for the $9.99 Soap and Clay. Thank you. For those who prefer the convenience of YouTube, we have memberships, recurring memberships that you can buy. Buy a recurring membership, builds up a baseline of income for the channel. Hugely important. We love a baseline of income for the channel I can always rely on. We love that. Very awesome. If you've already got a recurring membership, you can gift someone else a membership. You can also give 5 memberships, 10 memberships, 20 memberships, 50 memberships. Whole bunch of memberships that you can give. Very hype in the chat when you give a bunch of memberships. People love it. Thank you for the $6.90. Thank you.
#DID nothing wrong.
You can also buy a super chat, which will highlight your message. And if it's over $5, read it out on TTS. Thank you for the $10.
I once called you a Destiny Orbiter. I retract my statement and apologize.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the
I'm
$5,
not a bot,
Jimbo.
I'll all who moan.
Thank you. Thank you. That's super chats. $5 up for the TTS. Or you can buy a super sticker, which is a YouTube image or GIF that we highlight in chat, and I'll describe it to you. If you want to keep up with the stream, you can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, or reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's get back into this.
More of like a, hey, this is going to happen thing right now. And if you hear anything that's more concrete, we can move forward with it. But that's the assumption. I'm warning Tom as a courtesy because I mean, I'm friends with Tom.
I understand. Would you be willing to share that with me?
What?
The anonymous tip you got.
Unfortunately, it was verbal.
It was verbal. Interesting.
Hey Dance, thank you for the $50.
Why not?
Hugely generous of you. Thank you so much. And $1.99 from Dwellsy. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
But that's the assumption. I'm warning Tom as a courtesy because I mean, I'm friends with Tom.
I understand. Would you be willing to share that with me?
What?
The anonymous tip you got.
Unfortunately, it was verbal.
It was verbal. Interesting. Was that
yeah,
over VC or?
Yeah, we're talking in a call about it. But
okay, was this like a group call or was this like a private call?
Private.
Thank you for the $2 and thank you for the gift of membership, Slotmonger. Thank you.
Where was this guy from? Can you tell me that?
I got it from Chud.
You got it from Chud. Okay, so Chud. Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Completely selling you out.
That's interesting. All right. Okay, well, I guess that's where the
I can't tell if I'm being exposed or if this is helpful for you, or both.
It could be both. No, but in all seriousness, I genuinely appreciate you
I'm just
explaining this
trying to do the right thing here, and I'm trying to make sure. Like, I don't want to. I don't know, I'm not trying to be a total fucking douchebag about this publicly. Because I totally understand why people think I'm like sweeping up for it, but I like have actual shit to fear about this.
Right, and to be clear, like I understand it. I understand it completely, and I am also aware from the tenor of these DMs what it very much strongly looks like Pixie was angling for with these.
Well, I think she's throwing a little blackmail out there for sure.
I think that is an intuition. It's an inference someone could make.
That's the thing is though, but that's the thing. And if I were to cover this publicly, I mean, I'm weighing the pros and cons of this. Do you think that it's worse that she's blackmailing or extorting for more money, or do you think it's worse that Destiny's willing to pay her off to dead the story? That's a legitimate conversation that me and my audience would have to come to.
Neither. Here's how I would. Here's how.
I don't think it. Okay. Do I care if you've been wronged by someone and they're not taking accountability for it? Do I care if you're like putting pressure on them? Like, do I give a fuck that Pixie's quote unquote blackmailing whatever this is? I don't think I do. Yeah, I give some leeway for sure. I think Pixie's within the reasonable leeway here. Thank you for the €5. Thank you. Yet another leaky logic moment as confirmed by the Don Lomo Grosso. Thank you.
I would view it. Okay. There's a hierarchy of bad things. One triggered another, triggered another, triggered another. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm gonna take a pulse quickly. And the one bad thing triggered another bad turn, and if that ever made it public, it might trigger another bad turn or reply. That might take the form of, because he's a very vindictive person.
Yeah.
Might take the form of just withholding money. It might take the form of attempting to take legal action for blackmail.
Yep.
But no matter what goes down, the bad thing Pixie did will not be paid attention to. The bad thing Destiny did will be very bright. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it reminds me of the Mizkif stuff, where it's like all the stuff happened to Adriana Lee, but all people are talking about right now is that Mizkif didn't defame anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Mizkif did as bad of things as Destiny implied to Adriana Lee, but there's a lot of reflection that's occurred. Okay. Again, I think that she's wrong for extorting him, but I also think that, like, she built her entire career, basically, as far as I've been told, off being, like, the person who got popular in that sector of the internet without fucking Destiny, which obviously came to a screeching halt when people from fucking Kiwi Farm.
I mean, dude, this is the thing, man. This makes me just like, it just shoots my sympathy for Pixie, because she just lied and lied and lied to try and prop herself up as being like above all these whores like Lav that just sucked Destiny's dick because they wanted to get popular. It's like, but it's like, wow, why did you have to be such a smarmy bitch in public about this?
I ID'd who she was.
Right.
So it doesn't feel she can come back, which I don't, to be honest, this is probably a good thing in disguise as a horrible
She was never
thing.
really there to begin with.
She was never gonna have a successful career. Yeah. So her walking away with a big fucking hush money settlement here is probably best case scenario for her. And she probably realizes that to some capacity.
Bad case scenario for everybody else, though, who this continues to happen to, because this will happen again.
Well, that's the thing, is that she's not the only girl whose nudes got leaked.
Yeah.
Or guy. But that creates a huge discourse, and you have to also take into account.
Yeah, I honestly, I believe Kelly Jean. Kelly has never lied, okay? Never once. Not once has Kelly Jean lied, okay? I believe Kelly Jean. I don't think she fucked Destiny.
Out that even though the extortion could have occurred with this one particular person, if this story does blow up, we're going to hear a lot more names from people.
That's true.
Guaranteed. Those people are going to talk about it. And I hate to give Mr. Girl a W, but he described Destiny as like a fucking sex room or whatever.
He did, but I don't think he got a W for that. I think what he actually did.
I don't think he gets a W. I think he took it way too far. But I think people are going to start to reflect back on that and steal bits and pieces of his talk.
Apology form. Mr. Girl apology form. Where is it? Where's my Mr. Girl apology form? We're expecting these. I sent it to Nick earlier. I actually have already sent this to Nick in DMs. About 4 hours ago, I sent this to him. We will be expecting these to be handed in. Mr. Girl apology form. From, obviously, it'll be to Max Carson. Date. Reason for behavior. I'm low IQ. Lav was annoying. Lack of empathy. I was a DGG foot soldier. Dan paid me off. I'm anti-Semitic. I will hereby respect Max Carson. Will not talk down on the MLK of our times.
Talking points and use them effectively.
Maybe. I think the problem with Mr. Girl is that he tried to make himself into a victim, and he made the whole thing just easily sweepable as like...
Oh, he's not going to get credit for it. But they are going to look at his document, and they're going to drag some talking points out there that are usable. And put
there is an interesting development from this conversation, though, which I want to point out. If Chud knows this, and you know this, and I know this, and it is a wonder that it hasn't been made public yet.
Yes.
Okay. This is
I don't think Chud's going to make this mistake the second time.
This is effectively swirling around, right?
Yep.
This is in...
Thank you for the 199. Thank you.
And you know this, and I know this. And it is a wonder that it hasn't been made public yet.
Yes.
Okay. This is
I don't think Chud's going to make this mistake the second time.
This is effectively swirling around, right?
Yep.
This is in the public sphere. So...
Well, we need to see what happens. I don't know for a matter of fact if she's taken the money. And if she's taken the money, then that's it. She's not going to... I'm sorry, that's it. I'll tell you what I told Chud.
Okay.
If she takes the money, we'll hear about it in 2 years. If she doesn't take the money, we'll hear about it in a month. That was my stance. Because this is never going... She could take all the money she wants or whatever. Every drama YouTuber, not every drama, but most drama YouTubers know about this. And I would not put it past her to take the money and then come back a couple later. I think it'll inevitably come out.
Can you tell me who knows about this?
It's literally just... I showed...
Everyone. Every drama YouTuber looks at like fucking KF and shit like that and hates subreddits and all this shit. Everyone knows what's going on, dude.
I showed it to Augie, I showed it to Tom.
This is why it was so fucking absurd. Why I was saying for like the last week, it's a completely untenable position to keep claiming that it's not Pixie. I wasn't saying it in as many words, But I would say it's an untenable position to pretend it's not pigs. It's just ridiculous because at the moment Hassan starts referencing it, Low in the Box taking slight snipes at Destiny. It's like the interest there now. Everyone's read it and everyone can immediately see what's happening. It's like a fucking genius.
And Chud told me, so yeah.
So everybody who was in that
sector
call
knows. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why Augie's been fucking chewing. He's like a fucking dog, a rabid animal. He's just fucking waiting. He's been preying on this forever. So he's extremely excited to talk about it. But again, he's in the same position as me. Dude, you have to handle these things tactically.
She tweeted about doing the LSAT. If the deal was to pay for her law school, do you think that by this leaking Destiny has basically retracted that and this then forced her to go the lawsuit route? I hope she's doing okay, even though she's made mistakes.
I've got no idea. And obviously I hope Pixie's doing okay. I've got problems, obviously, with how she's handled herself. But I do hope she's doing okay, obviously. I don't know what is possibly happening there. I don't know. I truly don't know.
Because if you don't handle them tactically, you're leaving yourself open for like a massive thing. And Destiny is not somebody who you can just swing at. That is the worst possible person to go and like, unless you have everything I's dotted, T's crossed, there's no way to go after him.
Yeah.
But we're not helping him. Nobody's sticking our necks out to help him.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I noticed Lonerbox even said something yesterday.
I mean, you know why Lonerbox said that, right?
Well, he's been talked about on Kiwi Farms recently.
Oh, you don't know.
What happened?
He's dating Pixie.
Oh, I knew about that. I've known about that for a while.
And my question to Chud was, well, did he know? And I don't have an answer for that question.
Did he know?
I imagine Destiny's friend, he went to Israel. As far as I understand, he's completely pulled away from Destiny too.
Well, I mean, it's a career disaster. Hey, here's a question for you. Do you know if people like Josiah and Pisco know?
I don't know them personally, so I don't know.
Okay. Can you do me a favor?
And I haven't told my I don't like using the term orbiters, but I haven't told all them yet either.
Okay. So this is like a you, Chud, Augie, Tom thing.
No, I thought there was a reasonable chance that you knew, and I figured I would fill in those blanks because
I ask why?
Don't want you to think I'm a total scumbag.
No, I appreciate that. Can I ask why?
You were fair to me with the ICO thing, and you're around this community enough, and it probably clicked that you knew more because I didn't think you'd talk about it if you didn't know about it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well.
Yeah, I've said many times. I've been saying I was stream. No one told me anything. I was left completely in the dark. I was correct about everything regardless because I'm just that fucking good. Okay.
Lots to think about. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you let Chud know that we talked and what we talked about, just so I can talk to him and there's not like a wall there?
Sure.
I appreciate it. Okay.
I can't guarantee that he'll want to talk, but I can definitely tell him that we spoke and that you had the screenshots. You have more screenshots even than I have. So.
Okay.
Can you tell me a little bit about do we have like a admission from Steven? Is that a thing that we do have?
Give me a moment. Let me see.
You don't have to send anything to me.
Oh, I'm just reviewing.
Because that would be an interesting thing to report back, potentially.
Forgot how bad these were. I would struggle to read these and not see them as a de facto admission. Okay. Just by the tenor of the conversation. But to put this into perspective.
Well, I just want to, I guess to leave off, I think on the day that this stuff does break, you're going to have reinforcements, but you probably won't until that point. Unless something gives.
Well, there we go. That's the Nick DeOrio call.